afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Kirk Baster. I'm the publisher of Progressive Railroading, and I'd like to welcome you as we recognize Progressive Railroading's 2026 Rising Stars. Progressive Railroading originally created the Rising Stars Recognition Program as a way to highlight and to celebrate some of the industry's up-and-comers. We're very proud of the Rising Stars program, and it's important in the industry. This is the 14th year of the program, and it keeps evolving and growing each and every year. I'd like to take this time to thank the sponsors of today's event. Our gold sponsors, Genesee & Wyoming and Norfolk Southern. Our silver sponsors, CN, Loram, Rail Pros, Shortline Safety Institute, and the Greenbrier Companies. And our bronze sponsors, CPKC and Olson. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to continue recognizing the rising stars of today, who will be the leaders of tomorrow. We greatly appreciate their support of this very important industry program. I'd also like to acknowledge the incredible group of award winners we have this year. We received well over 100 submissions, all from extremely qualified candidates, which make the process of selecting winners a very difficult one. As you'll hear shortly, this group of rising stars is already doing amazing things that are not only contributing to the success of their organizations, but shaping the rail industry as a whole. They are a truly remarkable group. I'd also like to thank our editorial team, represented today by Progressive Railroading's associate editor, Hazel Wheaton, and our editor, Pat Foran, who not only spearheaded the Rising Stars submission and review process, but they also did a fantastic job developing the write-ups of the winners that are currently posted on our website, progressiverailroading.com, and will also appear in the September issue of Progressive Railroading. With that, I'd like to hand it over to Pat to begin the award presentations.
Thanks so much, Kirk. Before we introduce this year's 25 honorees, I'll talk a bit about the process we use to select them. What is a rising star? To us, it's someone under the age of 40 who has made or is making a positive impact on their company, organization, department, or team, and is viewed by others, as in peers, colleagues, supervisors, clients, or associates, as an up-and-coming leader in the rail industry. During a nomination process that lasted a couple months, our readers submitted nominations from individuals for Class 1s, regionals, short lines, passenger railroads, transit agencies, engineering firms, contractors, suppliers, and associations. Award winners were chosen based on their contributions to railroading, as well as their career achievements, demonstrated leadership, professional association activity, and community involvement. Narrowing the list to 25 isn't easy. There's just so much talent out there, so many people making a difference. We're just honored to shine a light on some of them each and every year. And you'll experience a bit of the light that emanates from this year's Rising Stars class during this afternoon's celebration. You'll also see it when you read about the honorees in the articles we posted at progressiverailroading.com, edited versions of which will also appear in our September print issue, as Kirk mentioned. But first things first, we'll get the recognition ball rolling. I'll hand it over to my colleague, Hazel Wheaton, who will get this celebration started. Hazel?
Hey. Thank you, Pat. It's my pleasure to be here today. I'm going to kick it off with our very first rising star is Alyssa Becker, financial planning and analysis manager at RailServe, one of the companies of Marmon Rail. When Alyssa first joined Marmon, she had no connection to rail, but figured that every business needs a good accountant. It was the COVID pandemic, she says, and the challenges of that time that made her realize how critical rail and the work that she is doing really is to every part of the economy. For Alyssa, numbers are more than figures in a spreadsheet. In his nominating statement, Marmon's Mark Pike said, Alyssa believes financial data tells a story, and praised her ability to translate complex financial data into actionable insight. Alyssa's ability to see the connection between numbers and the operational drivers behind them has made her an invaluable team member, transforming her finance role from a reporting function to a strategic advisor. She aspires to be a trusted and consistent partner to her coworkers and to arm her teammates with the financial metrics they need to make good business decisions. So here's to the great decisions you've made, Alyssa, and congratulations on being a rising star of 2026.
Thank you very much, Hazel. And thank you to the rest of the Progressive Railroading team who's been putting this together. I'm sure it took months and months of hard work and time, so I definitely recognize and appreciate that. And I also wouldn't wouldn't be here without all of the amazing coworkers that I've had over my past decade of time with Marvin Rail. Um, Countless people who have, always been willing to mentor and teach and help me learn about functions outside of just finance and accounting. And that's been extremely critical to my success. So I truly appreciate all of the time and effort that my coworkers have given me. And on a personal side, obviously a lot of help from family as well to be able to focus on a career. Um, my husband has put my career at an equal playing field of his and has been a true partner, which isn't always the easiest thing, when you're starting a young family and figuring things out in the working world. So I definitely appreciate all of the support from him and um, everyone involved in just helping me to be able to focus on my work um, during the work week. So congratulations to all the other honorees. Be great to run into you all out in the real world someday, but for now, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much, Alyssa. Um, Next, we recognize Luis Carrasquero, Deputy Chief Operating Officer at Metrolink and the Southern California Regional Rail Authority. As an intern, Luis worked on PTC implementation and then joined Metrolink as an engineer, distinguishing himself, as nominator Donald Philippi says, through his ability to see the larger operational picture. He's never satisfied with compliance, and he continually asks how systems could go further. Defining example is his overseeing the integration of Metrolink's onboard PTC system with the U.S. Geological Survey's earthquake early warning system. In April 2025, when a 5.2 magnitude earthquake struck Southern California, the system performed exactly as designed, halting trains in real time and saving lives. What attracted Luis to the rail industry was a perfect give and take. Deep institutional knowledge and experienced professionals meant that he would always be learning, but that the industry was also evolving and integrating new technologies, that's an area where he could contribute. Technical depth paired with quiet confidence, engineering rigor paired with steady leadership, two different nominators called out the same duality. Luis is not simply rising within one organization, said Philippi. He is helping shape how commuter railroads integrate advanced technology to build safer, more resilient systems. Congratulations to Luis.
I am truly grateful to Progressive Railroading for recognizing me. This recognition reflects the support of my colleagues, mentors, and team at Mentorlink, but more importantly, my wife and kids, whose dedication inspires me every day. It's a privilege to work alongside people who are committed to making our railroad safer, more reliable, and more innovative. I'm honored to be part of this industry. Congratulations to all the other honorees and look forward to continuing to learn, grow, and contribute. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Luis. Our next rising star is Timothy Chung, Director of Energy Management at CN. Timothy leads CN's fuel and energy management strategy. His role centers on developing data-driven, cross-functional solutions that boost operational performance and support sustainability initiatives. Timothy found his way to rail by way of a GE Transportation internship. What's kept him here, he says, is the pace, the complexity, and most of all, the teamwork. Rail showed him that meaningful results come from people working together under pressure. That, plus the technical challenge, shared accountability, and real-world impact all made it clear rail was a place where he could thrive. CN officials are very happy he sees it that way. As Kathy Stojak of CN put it in nominating Timothy for Rising Stars recognition, Timothy represents the future of rail, not only through technical excellence and strategic thinking, but through a leadership style that reinforces a fundamental truth of our industry. Even as technology evolves, railroading will always be powered by people. Well said, Kathy, and congratulations, Timothy.
Awesome. Thank you, Pat. I don't know how to follow that up, but I just want to thank everyone I work with, the entire CN family. Incredible group of people. Without their collaboration and trust, we wouldn't be able to achieve the things we do today. Um, I want to thank everyone who's taken me under their wing and given me the opportunity to grow and trusted in the decisions I make. Extremely blessed and honored to be recognized in this way, and I want to thank everyone here.
That's a perfect follow-up, Timothy. Thank you so much. Next, we recognize Cameron Ginther, General Superintendent of the South Kansas and Oklahoma Railroad. Cameron's role is to support the Watco-owned railroad's MOW, mechanical, operations, and locomotive teams. That includes being heavily involved with hiring, training, and working with his team, and managing a $40 million CRISI project, along with more than $4 million in CapEx projects. Cameron spent the first few years of his Watco career working with local teams in a variety of locations, teams that served a variety of customers who shipped a range of commodities. One takeaway from those first few years, Cameron learned he could achieve more by working with the strong team around him, because railroading is the ultimate team sport. His ability to recognize that and to work and manage accordingly to help Watco secure grants and manage the associated rail projects to completion, as well as see rail's bigger picture, hasn't gone unnoticed at Watco. When the company nominated Cameron for Rising Star recognition early this year, he was Watco's Director of Rail Infrastructure. By April, he was named to yet another leadership position. His current role is General Superintendent at the SKOL. Congratulations on all your successes, Cameron, and for the ones to come.
Thank you, Pat. Thanks to the Progressive Railroading team and the nomination, or just being able to present here today, and like others said, just the opportunity. Congrats to you all as well. Just want to thank God for the opportunity every day to do this. It's a blessing each and every day. Thank my wife and kids and their support day in and day out, the little sacrifices that they go through to make it all possible. Thank Jimmy Patterson and the Watco team for all the years of support, all the different things I've been able to do, and the latitude to make business decisions for our locations. Love what I do, surrounded by a great team. So looking forward to the future. Thank you all.
Thank you, Cameron. Our next rising star, Annie Harris, isn't actually here today, but I'm going to take the opportunity to talk about her behind her back. So she's a project manager at RailPros. Annie found her way into rail by first working with the industry from the outside with a natural gas utility company where she managed right-of-way applications for crossings and encroachments. In 5 years of collaborating with railroad reps and the RailPros construction observation team, she was won over by the level of coordination and problem solving involved in the rail projects. For Annie, relationships are everything. While technical knowledge and processes obviously matter, it's the ability to communicate clearly and build trust that keeps projects on track and moving forward. In nominating Annie, Ananda Boardman of RailPros praises her ability to build genuine connections with clients, applicants, and coworkers, as well as her leadership and her ability to listen thoughtfully and create understanding. She meets people where they are to make the often confusing world of railroad requirements clear to third-party clients. So Annie's not here, as I said, so we'll just offer our warm congratulations to her in absentia and move on to our next rising star, who is Rebecca LaRocco, Division Billing Manager at Genesee and Wyoming. When Rebecca was working at her first job, a motorcycle retail store, she had very little idea that she was looking at her future, because right outside the window were the tracks of a G&W railroad. While her future might have been within view, that first job laid the groundwork for how she'd get there and showed the key qualities she'd bring with her. A strong work ethic, a belief in the importance of teamwork, a positive attitude in the face of stress, and a constant desire to learn and do more. Rebecca loves the rail industry because it never stands still. As she says, it's completely impossible to never have anything to do, and that there is always something new to learn. Her deep appreciation for rail's institutional knowledge and everything it can teach is balanced by a keen interest in modernization. She sees new technologies and applications not as forcing sudden change, but as sustaining the momentum of rail's evolution. In nominating her, William Empey of G&W said, Rebecca's ability to translate complex industry rules into practical applications, combined with her leadership, demonstrates not only current impact, but clear potential as a future industry leader helping modernize rail operations. Congratulations, Rebecca, on being a rising star.
Thank you. I'm really honored for this recognition of being a rising star, and I'm really thankful for my family and my team and my leaders at G&W for their support and encouragement throughout my career so far. And it's actually amazing to see so far and hear from other candidates of how many different roles are represented here and really how vast and diverse the railroad industry really is. So I'm really proud to be a part of an industry that values growth and teamwork and innovation. And I'm really just thankful that we're recognized for this program. So thank you for Progressive Railroading as well. All right. Thanks again, and congrats to everyone here today.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. Next, we recognize Julia Leone, Assistant Director of Research and Organizational Development for the Short Line Safety Institute. Julia manages the Institute's research partnerships with the FRA, the University of Connecticut, and the Volpe Center. She conducts, publishes, and presents research on opportunities to improve safety for their short line and regional railroad set. Sorry, I lost my line. And she also analyzes feedback from the Institute gets from safety culture assessments and leadership development courses. While in grad school, Julia served as social chair for a networking group for industrial organizational psychologists, which is where she discovered the Short Line Safety Institute. It wasn't long before she knew the industry was a place for her to hang her hat. Julia loves to learn, ask questions, and conduct and present research. She loves to do meaningful work, and she's doing it. Short Line Safety Institute Executive Director Tom Murta is certainly glad Julia does what she does. He says that in 5 short years, Julia has had an impact on every safety culture offering the Institute has, and that her insights have driven new program offerings. Thanks for doing what you do to make the industry safer, Julia, and congratulations.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. I'd like to thank Tom Murta and the team at the Short Line Safety Institute for my nomination and Progressive Railroading for hosting this event. I'd like to also thank our board members as well, and just excited to continue my career in the railroad industry and continue to push safety and safety culture forward in this industry. Thank you, and congratulations to all the other honorees as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Julia. Next, we recognize Tim Lucchini, CEO and co-founder of Intramotive. Tim had something of an unconventional path to the rail realm. Before co-founding Intramotive, which is the world's only company to move commercial goods daily with an autonomous freight car, Tim spent time at Boeing supporting the defense industry, working in the urban air mobility space to develop next-gen aerospace technologies. Tim says taking emerging technology from early research to flying demonstrations gave him the confidence to do something similar for rail. When asked how he plans to keep making an impact in his corner of the industry, Tim said he'll keep building the next generation of engineering talent and investing in people who are genuinely excited about the future of rail. In addition, he says he believes the industry needs to be better about marketing the value rail provides. Changing that story and the technology behind it is a challenge worth taking on, Tim says. Yes, and yes. Here's the challenges worth taking on. And congratulations on what you've achieved to date, Tim, and for being selected as a rising star.
That's awesome. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate the chance to share what we're doing in Intramotive and be a part of the innovators on this call. Can't add much more than what everybody else has already shared, so I'm excited to see what this group is going to accomplish next.
Okay. Thank you, Tim. Next in the spotlight, it's Jessica Lind, Strategic Sourcing Manager at Watco. Jessica's first job was working for her dad's property management business, where she found that learning a business was done out in the field as well as behind a desk. In addition to office duties, she mowed lawns, trimmed hedges, helped maintain the properties. Air conditioned or not, there was no substitute for hard work. She carries that ethos into her present role. One of the most valuable things she's learned, she says, is the importance of understanding field and railroad operations, that having real insight into what's happening at the railroad level is vital to supporting those railroads. Jessica now leads management and oversight of national engineering services programs, including rail flaw detection, track geometry testing, track maintenance, and vegetation management. She also supports Watsco's CRISI grant program through the whole life cycle of each grant. In her nomination, Watco's Amy Proudfit praised Jessica for her industry knowledge, initiative, business acumen, and creativity, that she's constantly identifying and implementing process improvements, that she deftly manages complex projects, often involving multiple railroads, vendors, and regulatory compliance, that she exemplifies the very best of the industry. Jessica, congratulations on being a rising star.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so very much. I'm truly honored and humbled to be named as one of Progressive Railroading's Rising Stars of 2026. To be recognized among these 25 professionals is truly a remarkable privilege that I don't take lightly. I'm incredibly grateful for the mentors, colleagues, and leaders who have invested, challenged, and supported me throughout my career. And I would like to give a special thank you to the leaders at Watco for your continued encouragement and trust in me. So thank you again to the Progressive Railroading for this incredible honor and recognition, and I look forward to contributing to the future and success of our industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Up next is Derek Mayer, Senior Director, Engineering Fleet Acquisition at Amtrak. Derek's connection to Amtrak began while he was at the University of Delaware, where he earned both his bachelor's and master's in mechanical engineering. He started as an engineering intern in 2011. Upon graduation, he became a fleet engineer. By 2015, he was a fleet director of Amtrak's single-level fleet, leading up to 15 fleet engineers and managers. Today, Derek is overseeing the implementation of Amtrak's Aero program within the mechanical department, from equipment design through testing, commissioning, fleet readiness, and maintenance. So it was love from the first. What hooked him? The mix between spending some days getting his hands dirty and others working behind a computer using the engineering principles he's learned, and sometimes needing to be the bridge between the two. In his nomination, Amtrak's Michael Kraft says, Derek is one of the best leaders I have ever come across in my career. He is always calm, cool, and collected in any stressful environment while providing clear and concise direction that is always accurate. So congratulations, Derek, on being cool, collected, and a rising star.
Yes, thank you. I'm incredibly honored to be here. First off, I want to thank everyone at Progressive Railroading, as well as the sponsors that helped make this award possible and continue to create these types of celebrations in the industry. Any of the accomplishments listed as part of this nomination are not my work alone. They're the work of the teams that I've been on and the knowledge that others have shared with me along the way. I owe credit to each of those incredible people that has worked alongside me or helped me along the way. And then lastly, work is definitely not everything, and it's important to remember why I come to work every day. My family, my wife and 2 sons, they're the reason that I want to help build a better future, and they're also my daily reminder to close my laptop, put down my phone, and focus on everything that I enjoy outside of my career. So again, thank you to all attending here, and congratulations to each of the other rising stars.
Thank you so much, Derek. Next, we recognize Julianne Maillard, Senior Project Manager Rail for AECOM Canada. Julianne manages an array of disciplines, from civil to track to mechanical to signals and structural, to deliver a variety of heavy freight and passenger projects. Born and raised on a farm, Julianne had just finished working as a field engineer on a remote hydro dam project when she found a listing for a railway project coordinator gig. The farm taught her what hard work was all about, and understanding that hard work was also inherent on the railroad, her interest was piqued, I should say. By the time she started working with Metrolinx and CN, she knew rail was a place where she could make a difference. The dedication she saw from the people she worked with day to day was contagious, and an increase in rail projects in Canada made it a truly winning combination, Julianne says. Her project management and problem-solving skills fit that combo nicely, as AECOM's Ken Leonard noted in nominating Julianne as a rising star. Julianne, Ken says, elevates every team she joins. She builds connections quickly, brings together multiple disciplines with ease, and isn't afraid to experiment with new approaches to complex engineering challenges. Congratulations on all the building and bringing, Julianne, and for being selected as a rising star.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank Progressive Railroading for this recognition. It's truly appreciated in an industry where we're always running as fast as the speed of light. I would also really like to thank my family for their support and my supports and mentors at AECOM and the continuous work that we have with our clients to continue upping our game and producing projects that will change not only our industry, but how people live and travel through the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Julianne. Next, we recognize David Miller, General Director of Locomotive Maintenance and Reliability for BNSF Railway. David leads teams responsible for service interruption response, maintenance planning, reliability initiatives, and long-term fleet investment strategy. The aim? To improve locomotive performance, reduce downtime, and support operations during disruptions. So it's a big gig. After beginning his BNSF career as a management trainee, David relocated 7 additional times across the railroad's network, taking on 8 different roles. Each one, he says, expanded his understanding of how people, processes, and assets come together to keep the railroad moving. One of the most valuable lessons he's learned along the way: clarity beats complexity. It accelerates decision-making, strengthens accountability, and creates momentum. Clarity, David says, is not just a communication skill, it's a performance multiplier. And so is David. Says BNSF's Keith Solomons, who nominated David as a rising star. He consistently elevates team performance and drives exceptional results. He is a leader who enhances the contributions of those around him, Solomons says. Congratulations on all your achievements, David, and for being selected as a rising star.
Thanks, Pat, and congratulations to all the 2026 Rising Stars. I'm certainly honored to have been selected. I've learned over the years one of the easiest ways to look good as a leader is to have an outstanding team, and I've been very fortunate to have many great teams over the years. So this recognition really belongs to the mentors who've invested in me and the talented people that I've been able to work alongside. I would like to thank Keith Solomons for the nomination, and I'd like to thank my wife for the support that's allowed me to put so much time and energy into my career. She certainly mastered the art of repeating herself while I pretend I can listen, eat dinner, and answer work messages at the same time. So thank you all.
Thank you, David. Next up is Cole Nelson, who holds the position of project manager at the Greenbrier Companies, where he manages rail car maintenance and requalification programs and a covered hopper paint and relining program. At facilities designed for producing new rail cars, Cole has introduced repair and maintenance operations, refurbishing and extending the life of cars that have seen more than a few miles. He's successfully taken a process that usually requires a custom approach and adapted it so that Greenbrier can do repairs and refurbishment at high volume. As Jack Isselman of Greenbrier says in his nomination, Cole's impact extends well beyond his 5 years with the company. His work goes beyond transforming operations within Greenbrier's Arkansas facilities by helping shape a more efficient, sustainable, and consumer-focused future for the rail industry. For Cole, the attraction of the rail industry is its complexity and the way it continually presents new challenges. To meet those challenges, he cites the lessons he learned in his very first job, the lawn mowing business he launched back in middle school. Quality work brings business back. Quality work justifies profitable pricing, and building a relationship with my customers made them want me there. So no question of being wanted at Greenbrier, Cole. Congratulations on being selected as a rising star.
Thank you, Hazel, and the rest of the Progressive Railroading team. It's an honor to be recognized in this way. I'd also like to thank my peers and leaders here at Greenbrier. As was said, I've only been here 5 years, and I could not have made these successes without their help. So that's always graciously appreciated. And finally, just congratulations to the rest of the Rising Stars. I look forward to seeing where we're all at another year from now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cole. We'll circle back. Our next new rising star is Emily Peters. Emily started Union Pacific just 3 days after graduating college. 15 years later, she's now Director of Marketing and Sales and manages an agricultural portfolio worth $1.4 billion. Among her accomplishments, she played a pivotal role in Union Pacific's first diesel shipments into Mexico, and she led the development and execution of the first ever North American hemp shipment by rail. Outside of work, she has influenced public policy, championed rural economic advancement, and founded a scholarship program for students and emerging young leaders. She serves on the Iowa Corn Growers Association Board, holds leadership positions with the North Iowa Corridor Economic Development Corporation, was appointed by the governor to the State of Iowa Organic Advisory Board, and in her copious free time, she helps out with Habitat for Humanity. Tanya Expuler, sorry about that, in nominating Emily says she consistently demonstrates how one leader can shape markets, strengthen communities, and expand the possibilities of rail transportation. She is not only making a positive difference in the industry today, she is helping define the future of Union Pacific and the industry it serves. Congratulations, Emily, on being one of this year's Rising Stars.
Thank you so much, Hazel. First, I just want to thank the Lord for his continued blessings and guidance in my life. And I also thank my husband. He is a rock star and he's very good at his day job and also his dad job. And I have to travel a lot for my work, and to be home with a toddler and twin boys is not always the easiest by himself, but he does it without complaining, and he's amazing. And also thank you so much to Progressive Railroading for this incredible award. And really, it's an honor to be beside these esteemed leaders in the industry. And I'm very thankful I've had the opportunity to have great bosses and incredible coworkers and really great customers. And I've had the opportunity to collaborate with them, and we've been able to do some really cool things. And I am proud and thankful to work in such a vital industry. And the work that we get to do to support businesses and communities in America just make me very excited. And I'm excited for what is ahead in the industry, and I think it's going to be awesome to be a part of it. So thank you for having me today, and congratulations to everyone else here as well.
Thank you so much, Emily. Our next rising star is Tom Roadcap, whose rising led to his landing a new gig after we'd selected him as a rising star for his work with a previous employer. Early this year, Tom was nominated as a rising star by multiple officials at Brightline West, where he served as senior design construction engineer. In May, Progressive Railroading selected Tom as a rising star based on those nominations. In June, Tom accepted a position with AECOM, where he'll work as a member of the program management team responsible for helping the California High-Speed Rail Authority manage track construction and design and construction of high-speed systems. Working part-time at Railtech while in college at the University of Illinois made him interested in this thing called rail. And after working on the construction of the Brightline Florida project, Tom says he's learned that the latent opportunity for a passenger rail renaissance in the United States is huge. He says he's also learned there's a need for better financing alternatives for new passenger rail projects. Tom believes high-speed and/or high-frequency passenger rail could thrive and be profitable in multiple markets across the U.S., and a long-term goal of his is leading the development of some of those new systems. Congratulations, Tom, on all your achievements to date and for the ones to come.
Thank you so much, Pat. It's an honor to be recognized, and I'd like to thank Progressive Railroading for this event and for its important role in investigating and reporting on developments in our industry. Too many mentors to thank, but just a couple quickly from University of Illinois: Chris Barkin and Riley Edwards at Brightline, Adrian Scher, Michael Lefevre, and Scott Gammon. And then in my new role here, working with the authority, Ed Fenn, Bill Bishop, Antonio Buolna, and John Renard. And then last but not least, I'd like to thank my wife for her incredible support both personally and professionally along the way these last few years. So yes, as you said, Pat, the future of rail in the United States is bright. I believe the golden age of rail in the United States is ahead of us, not behind us, both for passenger and freight. And I think a lot of the people in this event are helping bring that about. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Tom, and I agree with you. Next, we recognize Angelica Robinson, General Director of Transportation Planning and Scheduling for Union Pacific Railroad. Angelica leads the development of system-wide transportation plans to enhance operational fluidity, strengthen long-term service reliability, and support strategic growth objectives. Angelica, who began her Union Pacific career as a train dispatcher and served the railroad in a number of roles before transitioning back to network planning and operations, currently leads the strategic planning efforts for UP's bulk, intermodal, and gateway product lines. As a second-generation railroader, Angelica loves being part of the dot-connecting industry that is rail, and she plans to keep UP's operations on the continuous improvement track, something that'll require her to embrace challenges, sometimes by stepping outside her comfort zone. Not being afraid to do that has helped her find solutions to complex problems in the past, so why stop now? She won't, as UP's Tanya Eggspuler noted in nominating Angelica as a rising star. Wrote Tanya, Angelica has built a reputation for strategic thinking, disciplined execution, and the ability to deliver enterprise-wide outcomes in complex, high-pressure environments. Her leadership has left a measurable and lasting impact on Union Pacific and the broader industry. Congratulations, Angelica, on your achievements to date and for being selected as a rising star.
Thank you so much, Pat, and congratulations to all the other Rising Star Award winners. I'm truly honored to receive this award and to be recognized among such an amazing group of peers across the industry. I'd like to thank my family for their unwavering support, and also the many coworkers and mentors who have encouraged and challenged me. They've helped me grow throughout my career. I'm also grateful to the Union Pacific for continually giving me opportunities to learn, stretch myself, and take on new challenges. Thank you again. I'm truly incredibly humbled and grateful for this recognition.
Thank you very much, Angelica. Next is Justin Smith, a Senior Construction Manager at MTA Construction and Development, the Long Island Railroad Unit. Justin started out in private construction, working on structural repairs in the Grand Central Terminal train shed, including reinforcing the roof beneath Fifth Avenue. He soon decided that rail infrastructure was where he wanted to go. Why? Because Justin finds fast-paced problem solving incredibly rewarding, for which the MTA is very grateful. The challenge of intricate construction projects in an active environment with very little room for error, where outages will affect millions of passengers and disrupt Long Island's primary freight artery, plus the continued demand for more capacity in a geographically limited area, well, it's not a job just anyone could do. Justin also loves, as he says, rehabilitating and modernizing structures that have existed long before us and will continue serving the public long after we're gone. That idea of preserving what has come before for those who will come after. As the MTA's Daniel Note said in his nomination form, Justin is not simply managing projects, he is stewarding the structural future of one of the nation's most complex commuter rail systems. Justin, congratulations on your stress management techniques and for being named a rising star.
Thank you, Hazel, and thank you to Progressive Railroading for this recognition. I'm truly honored to be part of the 2026 Rising Stars class alongside so many talented and dedicated professionals across the industry. I'd like to thank Danny Note and thank the leaders who supported my nomination and have consistently invested in my growth throughout my career. I'm also deeply grateful to the incredible teams across MTA Construction and Development and the Long Island Railroad that I've worked with over the years. And most importantly, I'd like to thank my wife and family. Without their support, I wouldn't be where I am today. Much of the work I'm most proud of, whether bridge replacements, structural rehabilitation, or a decennial inspection program, only happens through strong collaborations across engineering, operations, maintenance, and construction. I'm proud to contribute to the modernization and long-term stewardship of infrastructure that keeps the railroad moving safely and reliably. Congratulations to all the other honorees. It means a great deal, and I'm excited to continue pushing our work forward.
Thank you, Justin. Our next rising star is Omar Shakur, General Director of Operations at RailSpire. Omar, like many other kids, loved locomotives, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate. But the certainty that he wanted to work in transportation hit just a little bit later and with a different form of transport when he was 16 years old, working the aircraft ramp, fueling, towing, and cleaning aircraft in the brutal Colorado winters. And if that's not enough to discourage a kid, I don't know what to tell you. The transition to rail came after going to college for aeronautics and after 6 years in the Army, courtesy of a recruiter for a Class 1 railroad. Omar started in an entry-level management position in 2012 and moved through many different locations, Montana, California, North Dakota, Nebraska, to name just a few, and various leadership roles. He left the Class 1 for RailSpire in 2024. Omar compares leading an AI technology startup to operating in the Western frontier, paving the path forward for the safe technological advancement of the industry. The five people who wrote nominations for Omar praised him for, among other things, his infectious positive attitude, his empathy, leadership, versatility, holistic perspective, dedication, common sense, work ethic, integrity, and emotional intelligence. Welcome to the list of rising stars, Omar.
Thank you so much for that lovely note. Thank you to fellow rising stars. It's an honor and a privilege. Ditto to everything said up to this point. I agree with everything, and thank you. Just from the bottom of my heart, thank you to Progressive Railroading Magazine, to my peers, and ditto to everything said. And we're amongst a group of folks that will see the railroad industry into the future. I look forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Omar. Our next rising star is Kira Sobolewski, Specialist Data Science and AI with Canadian Pacific, Kansas City. Kira develops data science and machine learning solutions for rail integrity non-vital overlay inspection systems and for CPKC's engineering and capital planning teams. A key part of her work involves building models and using data and AI to help make railway operations more efficient and more informed. Kira found this job opportunity on CPKC's career page. To her, it looked like a great opportunity to apply what she'd learned while earning a bachelor's of science in mathematics and a master of science in statistics to real-world problems. The solutions developed can have a direct effect on operations, safety, and efficiency, she says. To Kira, one of the industry's biggest challenges is modernizing systems and processes that weren't originally designed with AI or advanced analytics in mind. There are opportunities there, she says. Her CPKC colleagues are glad she's helping the railroad find them. Said Kyle Mulligan, who nominated her as a rising star, Kira has quickly established herself as a leader and innovator and has earned the respect of peers and supervisors alike as a leader with vision and integrity. Congratulations on your Rising Stars selection, Kira.
Yeah, thanks, Pat. Thanks a lot to Progressive Railway and all the other Rising Stars. I'm very honored to be here. It has been very rewarding working in data science at CPKC, and it really feels like I'm making a difference and helping improve the safety here. Thanks to all my leaders and mentors and colleagues here at CPKC for helping me grow and show my potential. And thanks a lot to my family for being so supportive as well throughout this. Thank you.
Thank you, Kira. Up next is Kylie Steele, Group Leader, Rail Engineering and Design for Olson. Kylie oversees a team of engineers and designers, manages project workloads, and ensures planned quality delivery through high-quality reviews. Shortly after completing her graduate degree in civil engineering, Kylie began her Olson career as an assistant engineer on the rail structures team. Since then, she's risen through the ranks, culminating in her current role. Right out of the chute, though, it was clear to Kylie that communication, which includes never being afraid to ask questions, would be key to building strong project teams that complete work successfully, but also key to getting better at what she did, better at managing, better at leading. Leadership will be key, she knows, when it comes to attracting and developing the next generation of talent. At Olson, Kylie's already doing her part, as Olson's Ryan Casola noted in his nomination of Kylie for Rising Star recognition. Kylie is a pay-it-forward leader whose advocacy and mentorship are expanding opportunities for current and future engineers, Ryan said. Congratulations, Kylie, on being selected as a Rising Star.
Thank you, Pat, and thank you, Progressive Railroading, for this honor. I'm truly humbled to be recognized as a 2026 Rising Star. More than anything, this recognition belongs to the many people who helped me get here, my mentors, colleagues, clients, friends, and my family, most importantly, who they've all invested in me, supported me, and gave me opportunities to grow throughout my career. I'm incredibly grateful for the people I've had a chance to work alongside and learn from, and for the opportunity to help develop the next generation of rail professionals. So thank you again for this recognition, and congratulations to all of the 2026 Rising Stars.
Thank you so much, Kylie. Next, we recognize Wesley Thomas, Director of Digital Service Delivery at Loram, where he leads a team of rail, tie, and ballast experts who help customers move from data to action. Growing up in a family of entrepreneurs on both sides, Wesley was never afraid of work. In fact, he says he enjoyed it. He liked the grind of it, saying yes, showing up, doing the unglamorous part well. His own company, Sentient Science, used observation data and physics to accurately predict fatigue, wear, and failure in real-world conditions. He proved the approach worked in the aerospace and wind energy industries, meeting with railroaders, excuse me, at a conference. He realized the technology could apply to rail as well. The result, says Brandon Rittering in his nomination letter, has been to shift to more predictive, proactive, data-driven maintenance and digital insight and analysis becoming part of everyday decision-making instead of its own separate thing. When Loram acquired the rail business unit of Sentient Science in 2023, Wesley and his team came with the deal. His most valuable career life lesson is the same one he shares when coaching his son's T-ball team. Fun, work hard, and be a good teammate. Congratulations on your achievements, Wesley, and for being one of the Rising Stars of 2026.
Thank you, Hazel. And I just wanted to say thank you to a number of people who have been really important to me and are really important to me. Brandon Rittering and Luke Olson, Dan Hampton, Wayne Kennedy, and Todd Snyder, Tom Lamb, Shankar Rajaram, Renee Vega, my mentors, Eli Tavares, Ned Wagner, my parents, grandparents, and my beautiful wife, Meg, and son, Ian. So thank you all. And I'll put in a shameless plug. Since I sold the company to Loram, we've got an amazing team here all around the world, and we get to work with some pretty cool technologies and make some investments in pretty cool startups. So anyone who's looking to join the industry or come in, please reach out and join us. Thank you, everybody. Congrats.
Thank you, Wesley. Our next Rising Star is Augie Van Wettering, Senior Director of Safety Engineering at Union Pacific. One of Augie's core beliefs is that the strongest teams are built on accountability, trust, and a shared commitment to looking out for one another. When he began as a summer intern, he enjoyed the work, but it was the people who drew him into a career in rail through their discipline, skill, and their sheer pride in their work. Now he works alongside field teams, leaders, and partners to reduce risk, improve processes, and, as he says, make sure our people go home safe every day. To make sure of it, he constantly challenges long-standing assumptions and processes. Praised as an innovative, data-driven, and people-centered leader, he credits his success to having started in the field. The best ideas, he says, don't come from the top. Listen to the people doing the work, and you'll get better outcomes. Augie's rule of thumb is that there's always a better way, whether it's found through technology, data, or learning from experience. But it's always about knowing and connecting to the realities in the field. Thanks for everything you do, Augie, and congratulations on being named a Rising Star.
Thank you, Hazel, and the rest of the Progressive Railroading team for this recognition. I'm honored to represent Union Pacific and the dedicated employees who work hard every day to safely deliver freight that serve our communities and help build America. I'm grateful for my mentors, colleagues, and family who have supported me through my career. This wouldn't be possible without them. So thank you, and congrats to the rest of the Rising Stars.
Thank you so much, Augie. Our next rising star is Luis Vasquez, real estate analyst with CSX. Luis joined CSX in 2017 and has emerged as a company leader in railroad real estate, contract negotiation, and the strategic use of technology to drive business results. Says Kia Warren of CSX, who nominated Luis for Rising Stars recognition. His ability to balance near-term financial returns with disciplined risk management reflects a forward-thinking approach that exemplifies our company's guiding principles. Luis is not able to join us live for today's virtual celebration, but he's here, and not just in spirit. Luis sent us a short video, which we'll play for you momentarily.
Hi all, my name is Luis Vasquez from CSX Real Estate, and I am incredibly honored to receive this recognition. I'm very sorry that I could not attend as I had a previously scheduled trip, but as you all know, the railroad keeps moving, and with it, the work that makes it move, right? So I would like to take this time to congratulate all the nominees and thank Progressive Railroad Magazine in recognizing the honest, hardworking people in our industry. Thank you all, and I hope you all continue to be safe.
Thank you so much, Luis, in absentia. Our next rising star is Joshua Williamson, Senior Manager of Continuous Improvement, Network Design, and Optimization for Norfolk Southern Railway. In his current role, Joshua is on a team called Terminal Standards, where the work centers on delivering actionable, data-driven insights that identify operational constraints and unlock opportunities for efficiency. The broader mission: build a faster, more agile railroad that is ready for today and well-positioned for tomorrow. For Joshua, railroading is a yesterday, today, and tomorrow thing. It's been part of his life for as long as he can remember. His dad served the industry for more than 30 years. Joshua says he was drawn to the sheer complexity of the business, there's a theme today, with operations, engineering, logistics, economics, leadership, and real-time problem solving intersecting each and every day. For Joshua, the opportunity to make a difference is inherently there within all that complexity and within all that intersecting. And Joshua has been making a difference at NS. He's delivering results that improve service, reduce costs, and strengthen customer trust, the NS representative who nominated him noted. What's more, Joshua's impact is measurable, visible, and shaping how the railroad operates. Congratulations on your Rising Stars selection, Joshua.
Hey, Pat, thank you so much. It's an incredible honor here to be selected as a Rising Star in the class of 2026. Say big thank you to yourself, Kirk, and the Progressive Railroading team for putting this together. And I'll echo some sentiments we've heard here today that you know, all this is an individual award. It would not be possible without the mentorship, leadership, collaboration, and partnership throughout my career. So thank you to all those throughout my career to help me along the way here. And I'm looking forward to continued opportunities to affect change here. Congrats to all the other honorees. Looking forward to networking with you all. And thanks again, Pat.
Thank you so much, Josh. The 25th and final member of the Rising Stars class of 2026 also hails from Norfolk Southern. Brian Yeager, Senior Director of Mechanical Operations and Support for the railroad. Brian's responsibilities include overseeing freight car repair processes and engineering, managing wayside systems, and ensuring the effective maintenance of the NS car fleet. Brian began his NS career as a co-op student at the Roanoke Locomotive Shop while completing his degree, and joined the railroad full-time after graduating. Brian matriculated through the mechanical ranks during the next dozen years, landing in his current role, where he integrates legacy practices with advanced technologies. That integration is where the action is in rail country. Not being afraid to challenge the status quo is also where the action is, which is good because challenging the status quo is something Brian embraces and plans to continue embracing. As he puts it, While railroading is a long-standing industry, the emergence of new technologies and data-driven insights is creating significant opportunities to modernize and drive it forward. Thank you for driving it forward, Brian, and congratulations on your Rising Stars selection.
Thanks, Pat. I've always enjoyed having the second to last letter in the alphabet, so I always get to reiterate what everybody says. Really, there's two teams I'd like to thank. First team's obviously the NS team. I have a whole host of coworkers, mentors, counterparts at other railroads, AAR committees. I mean, everything has come together to help me, and I'm honored for this Rising Star nomination. The second team is probably the most important team, and that's my home team. So my beautiful wife, she's also hails from the Railroad Career Center, and the operations side of things where I live are definitely demanding. And late nights, early mornings, weekend work, travel. Most of the time that would put a strain on a relationship, but all it does is strengthen our bond. And trying to raise a little 2-year-old also makes things a little exciting as well. So the home life is definitely where most of my thanks is, because if I didn't have that, there's not a whole lot to work for. So appreciate it, Pat. Congratulations to all the Rising Stars on the call. Can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us. Thanks again, Pat.
Thank you, Brian. And thank you again to all members of the 2026 Rising Stars class. Thank you for doing what you've done, for doing what you're doing, and for doing what we know you'll keep doing in the years ahead. Again, congratulations to you all. With that, I will hand it back to publisher Kirk Baster to bring it all back home. Kirk?
Thanks, Pat. And yes, again, congratulations to all of today's honorees. Hearing all of that is truly impressive. You are truly an impressive group of individuals who are making a real impact in the rail industry. Just a reminder to everyone with us, you can read more about all of the Rising Stars right now on progressiverailroading.com, and they will be also featured in the September issue of Progressive Railroading magazine. And one last time, I'd like to offer my very sincere thank you to our sponsors, our gold sponsors, Genesee, Wyoming, and Norfolk Southern, our silver sponsors, CN, Loram, Rail Pros, Shortline Safety Institute, and the Greenbrier Companies, and our bronze sponsors, CPKC and Olson. I'd also like to thank our events and education team, Wendy, Danielle, Becky, and Paul, for developing and producing this fantastic event, as well as Pat and Hazel for guiding us through today's honorees. Thank you to all. And I also want to thank all of you, the friends, the families, the co-workers, for being here today to support your Rising Star. And just a reminder, submissions for our 2027 Rising Stars program will open at the end of this year. So start thinking about who'd you like to see as an award winner next year. Thank you all again for joining us today. I hope you all have a great and safe rest of the week. Thank you very much.